via Dolce and Scrapyard.
All right, they're starting off on DNA Lab. Curving arms are going to be the name of the game here. Yep, you see the T-Bird and the Chakram.
Chakram, a very popular arm on any stage that has like these pillars where you want to put the pillar between you and the opponent's body, but you still want to be able to provide some kind of pressure around that.
Yeah, and as a default Twintelle, you almost always want to pick T-Bird on this stage because you can do the exact same. Not to mention it's a very good arm. You can get the grab off the confirm like that.
Yep, there's the electric sparking coming into play. Going to get that hard knockdown. All right, dodging the second grab on the follow-up. Getting some charged arms on the back end. And Ku already has his rush meter fully charged.
Yeah, he's been throwing out a lot of punches, playing very aggressively. That's kind of the standard Ku play style. 340 rush, that's very good.
That's one thing that Ninjara is also pretty good at, is being really good at just using that mix-up with his invisibility to dash in different directions, and then able to follow up with that rush here, getting good damage in, chipping out this Twintelle very slowly but surely, able to get that final hit around this pillar, and that is game one.
You got the uncharged Tri-Blast. It would look like just one pellet made it around, but that was enough to do it. That's the thing, is you also see a lot of interesting choices to charge your arms or not charge your arms in some cases. Very good.
Excellent poke around the rush here for Ku, and that's just going to even snowball this lead further because the full rush is on Ninjara's half, and he just needs to force this Twintelle in an unsafe situation. That's going to just be free damage to close out this round. But all right, he's going to use it aggressively.
Shield break.
And on the wake up, okay, good poke out from here. Esthri. Esthri? Did I say it right?
Esthri. Yeah.
Esthri? Okay. Poking and staying alive. He really needed to just not get hit by that full rush. And now this rush is charged, of course, on the part of Twintelle.
Esthri's shield looking really low. He's got to be careful to move around stuff and not block it. Oh, and he gets the rush, and it connects. That almost looked like it wasn't going to.
That was like a half committal side dash coming out from Ku, I think. And he thought, maybe he thought the pillar would be there a little bit longer?
Maybe,
sure.
maybe. That's the thing, is it's hard to keep track of the pillars sometimes. You know, I know
there's a lot of moving going on. The really only like health bar the pillars have is the cracks that show. And you see it there. Now we got this little close up of this pillar, but the grab gonna land.
There. He's on his last fourth of health, less than that, more like an eighth. Both in the red, and they both have rush. So if Ku can land pretty much anything, especially rush, he'll take it. Oh, the counter rush. Really smart block there. That's so impressive.
I thought Ku would get the perfect angle above Esthri's rush to land that final blow, but now it's, okay, that was very close.
Very close, though. And I think we only have one pillar left.
I believe it's the one on the right here on the back of Ninjara's side of the screen.
So that explains why he switched off of those curving arms, because they aren't quite as useful anymore. Tri-Blast works great against Twintelle, though.
Yeah, look how wide it goes.
Yeah, yeah. And especially charged, it covers a lot of the space you want to move into as Twintelle.
And it gets the explosion, of course, on the back end. We talked about how good those are against those defensive options. And they get this rush. Good poke in here. That's 335 big damage. And look at this lead for Ku.
Yeah, he's got him on the ropes already, but never count S3 out. One of the best Twintelles, if not the best Twintelle. Depends who you ask.
Gonna get a good poke in with that rush too. 185 damage, no slouch, and Twintelle needs to stay alive. Gonna just throw out these arms one at a time just to try and block the light arm pokes from Ku here.
Yeah, Ku has a slight rush lead, but it's not a big one. Just kind of a back and forth, getting that Tri-Blast in between the two gloves, and that's it.
Ku, he throws his arm in the air. Yeah. His real life arm, not the game arm, the real life. He did a fist bump. That was actually harder to communicate than I thought it would be. But showing a little emotion, and Ninjara getting the W, and
Ku kind of an
good.
Understated pop-off.
That's my style of pop-off, because I'm not really the kind of person who, like, runs around the stage and goes off. I just do a little Tiger Woods. Yes.
No, my pop-off is like I lean back in the chair. I'm like,
stare at the ceiling.
Oh, because it's
I cannot believe I pulled that.
Yeah. It's always so stressful. Man, arms matches, when they come as close as these, at a high level, they are so stressful to play. You're sweating. Your heart rate is going.
I get stressed out playing ARMS on my couch in my apartment, which I'm very uncomfortable at my apartment. This is a stage. There's bright lights everywhere.
Yeah, yeah.
You got commentary blaring into the audience behind us. Man, this is one of the places to be if you love this game.
For sure. And this is, I want to say, the biggest Western ARMS major so far.
That's great.
I might be wrong about that. It's definitely one of the biggest.
Well, this major also is running both customs and defaults at the same time, and
Yes.
I don't believe we've seen that.
I don't think we have. No.
I know the 2GG series was relying on defaults for a while.
Yeah, until like the last 2 tournaments, I think, in the series, when they switched to customs. Evo Japan was customs, and Smash Out Hunger, being an STL event, of course, was defaults, because that's what they like there. That's kind of a fun aspect of the community, is you get regional flavors for stuff like STL. They have their own little meta. You know, it's not like the online one at all. Wow.
And the arm poked out. That's going to be a
Precision.
rush coming in for Ku. 355 damage on the
Flip
back
in
of
the
that.
arm, knows he can get the rush. Very smart play. As far as Mausoleum goes, I don't think there's a clear advantage for either of these players. Some characters can utilize the trampoline in the middle, which appears when the floor is damaged.
When you do enough damage before.
Yeah. But I don't think these two are characters that would be inclined to use that necessarily.
Yeah, I think they're just going to continue this little circle around each
Yeah.
other, this neutral gameplay. The floor does break open. We'll see if any of them can take advantage of that. The rush coming online for Ku, and he's just continuing this poke game. I think he's going to try to save the next round if he can. We see a pretty big health advantage coming out here for the Japanese player, representing Detonate Gaming. And second
there it
poke
is.
finishes up the round. Good round here for Ku.
Half of his life, that's a pretty dominating lead, especially for ARMS. You almost never see big leads.
At this level, particularly.
Yeah, especially at this level. Tries to get the grab, but that didn't work.
Stuffed out there. And again, I think you're right about neither player really trying to go for any kind of spring shenanigans in the center of the stage. We're seeing just a little bit of circling back and forth. Am I going to fade left? Am I going to fade right?
That's the sort of play you tend to see when the trampoline is broken. Both players kind of adopt like a zoning option where they just like to kind of sit back and try to slide their punch in there somewhere.
Ku trying to cover every single direction
Yeah.
right now that Esthri is trying to strafe in. You see, again, just the wide use of that left arm. Very good in this kind of situation.
And great awareness by S3 to switch off of T-Bird, because it's not that great at a distance, and you know that's not it's not very conducive to this stage.
And you don't need it to go around a pillar as we did
Yeah.
on game 1. All right, and a little feint in the center here. I like what I'm seeing from Esthri,
Tries
but
the rush,
good.
gets punished for it.
Good dodge to the left from Ku.
That's the thing, is Ninjara, wow, nice grab off of the trampoline. That's the thing, is Ninjara on the offensive can use those teleports really well to avoid rushes. But it's also a weakness. If he's in a corner and you rush him, he can't teleport out of it.
At the same time, Esthri closed the distance really close, tried to go for something aggressive, and it did not pay off. We see Ku finishing up this 2-0 and a handshake here.
2 2-0s in a row. Not the outcome I was expecting. I was expecting these to be far more neck and neck than they turned out to be.